January 1st, 2023, the following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them and whether or not it's legal.
And so it begins. All right. This is it, brothers, you know. But first and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the men of the Lord that are prophesying, preaching, and teaching in the highways and byways, which is more important than ever nowadays, as you see the times that we're living in, man. All right, so what you just saw was a video that a lot of the brothers are doing lessons on about this purge type law that was passed, basically. And it doesn't sound like it, because in the purge movies, it basically was at the federal level. All of the senators and congressmen were basically saying, look, you can outright go ahead and smoke people and nothing's going to happen to you. But how is Esau playing it to get around causing panic? He's going to a city like Chicago, all right, passing this law and basically decriminalizing things, man. When Jake already has no problem being a nigga, even with those laws in place. So what do you think is going to happen when there's no more cash bonds for committing crimes? When Esau he said you can't even look for nobody for 48 hours, man. So if Jake want to do some fuck shit, he can go ahead and take you out and have a whole couple of days to plan it out, man. You see? I'm going to get the book of Micah, because I know a lot of brothers are bringing out Second Esdras, you know, which is very good. They're bringing out Isaiah 19, the Egyptian against the Egyptian. And this is all good. But the Lord has had scenarios like this before, man, for Jake being wicked, where he caused division among everybody, you know, where he caused a lot of infighting, civil wars. That's basically what a purge is. All right. You see? Now this is Micah chapter 7, verse 1. It says, woe is me, for I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits and the grape gleanings of the vintage. There is no cluster to eat. My soul desireth the first ripe fruit. All right, the first ripe fruit. It says the good man is perished out of the earth. All right, because that's like that song in that show Them. It says gone are the days. Like they sing that, but that's true in this scenario, because gone are the days where, you know, you could just leave your door unlocked and things are all hunky dory. You didn't have to worry about somebody snatching up your child. You could just let them play out in the front yard. Those days are gone, man. There's no neighborhoods like that. Even these so-called nice neighborhoods, you have to watch now. Okay, because the good man is perished out of the earth. And when we say the good man, we're not saying Esau was ever good, but there was a period of time where he was calmed down, like in the 50s and 60s, man. At the height of his peak, man, he was docile, at least in his neighborhoods. All right, but it's coming to a time where even among his neighborhoods, that no longer exists anymore, man. All right, it says, and there is none upright men. All right, so you're going to be in a scenario where all the men around you are wicked. It says they all lie in wait for blood. All right, and you best believe when they announced this in Chicago, you already got niggas that are just waiting to knock somebody off, man. All right, they're already waiting and meditating what they're going to do on January 1st, 2023, which they just announced, man. You see? So you already got this going on, man. When you announce something like this, you already know Jake is meditating on doing some wickedness, man. It says they hunt every man his brother with a net. Now, Chicago is nothing but Jake killing Jake, man. Whether it's Issachar or Simeon or any of the Northern Kingdom tribes up there versus the Southern Kingdom tribes. You got Judah, you know, up there heavy. Judah against Judah. They're all divided and fighting against each other, man. All right, they're already doing that. Now, what happens when Esau is gonna let the punishment for these laws lax? You see, Esau knows what he's doing, man. It says, verse 3, that they may do evil with both hands earnestly. So now they're not gonna just do shit half-assed, man. Now that these laws are gonna be lax, they're gonna do things earnestly. It says the prince asketh, and the judges asketh for a reward. This goes into bribery. It says, and the great men he uttereth his mischievous desire. So they wrap it up, man. I'm gonna get this actually in the NLT, man. This is Micah 7:3. It says, both their hands are equally skilled at doing evil. It says, officials and judges alike demand bribes. Now, what did you have going on during those Purge movies, man? Notice all of those senators, those congressmen, the ones that passed, their houses were good, man. They took money from special interest groups. Their houses were fortified. They had the top security. They didn't have to worry about things, man. And who is the one that passed these laws? Officials and judges, man. All right. You don't think they're getting paid on the back end somewhere to get Jake out of there, man? All right, it says the people with influence get what they want, and together they scheme to twist justice. All right, this is what's happening in Chicago right now, man. You see? It says, verse 4, going back to the KJV, the best of them is a briar, the most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh. Now shall be their perplexity, man. So this is the day. And the Lord, this is gonna happen close to the time that the Lord is gonna visit this place, man. All right. It says the best of them is as a briar, the most upright is sharper than a thorn edge. All right. So it's saying the best men around you gonna be a thorn in your side, man. The guy that was your neighbor, that always said hello, that guy's going to be a threat to you, man. All right? Because now there's no holds barred, so to speak. Going down to verse 5, it says, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. This is a purge scenario, man. Even your own friend, you're not going to be able to trust them. It's going to be every man for himself, man. And Esau knows what he's doing. When the scriptures... When they make these movies, man, and I'll play the video, the trailer of it, of one of the movies, they know that this is a foreshadowing of Esau's always planned to do this. That's why they're in movies. It says, trust ye not in a friend, and put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. That means you can't tell your woman nothing. Your woman's gonna turn on you. This is part of the judgment, okay? All right, it says, verse 6, for the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter riseth up against the mother. You have that going on in the Purge movies, man. Family members turning against one another, killing each other, all right? The daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house, man, all right? And that's definitely true for Jake. Definitely true, all right? This Micah 7 is about to happen, man, all right? It's about to play out. I'm gonna play this trailer real quick.
Purge will conclude in 3, 2, 1. Thank you for your participation.
We survived.
All police and emergency services have been reinstated. All crime, including murder, is now illegal.
Come on, let's get to work. One night only. Rest of the year is peaceful.
is insane. Nobody hear the sirens?
There's no crime anymore. Anything goes.
You rich can't hide behind your steel walls no more. Powerless. How's that feel? It's the real Purge. The forever Purge!
Hurry up! They're coming! Come on! Follow me!
There's nowhere safe to go. No way to get help.
Oh my god.
We gotta find another way to get out of here.
This country's gonna collapse.
Mexico is opening its borders for the next 6 hours.
Let's go.
We're in this together.
Speak!
Does this translate?
All right, so you saw that
Story called The Great Hunt. Dates back
so you
to
saw that
around
video, Salakia.
70 to 80.
That was basically the trailer to that Purge movie, man. Now that was the Forever Purge. You notice he said the Purge is over. But see, when they take this genie out of the bottle, for lack of a better phrase, they're not gonna be able to put it back in, man. All right. So they're passing a law that's basically irreversible, man. Because once they let this shit loose in a city like Chicago, man, there ain't no going back. And it's like that's how it was in the Forever Purge. Man, they said the purge is over. They's like, no, it's not, man. They basically declared it on their own. And you notice in that movie Forever Purge, it spread all the way across to the borders of Mexico, man. You know? And I'll get this and I'll close it out here, man. Because these people are absolutely through, man. Let me see. This is Isaiah the 9th chapter. I'll start at verse 14. It says, therefore the Lord Jehovah will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. Now we know this happened in the time when Israel was being rebellious, leading up to the Assyrian captivity. All right. But this same thing is going to repeat itself, man. You know, the scriptures are manifold. It says the ancient and the honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. All right. It says for the leaders of the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. So you have false men that are leading you people. You're following people like Lori Lightfoot and other false so-called black leaders, man, voting Democrat, and what's happening to the cities, man. More Jakes are on child support more than ever. All right, you're still at the very bottom of every statistic. You're dying at the highest rates. Your babies are being taken out of the womb at the highest rates. And you relish in it, man. You continue to endorse these people over and over and over again. You rejoice in your own wickedness. It says, verse 17, therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on the fatherless and widows, man. So we're coming into a merciless time because the Lord is tired of your shit, basically. All right. It says, for everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still, man. The Lord is very, very angry, man. All right. Verse 18, for wickedness burneth as a fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting of smoke, man. So when it says wickedness burns as a fire, man, that's what's getting ready to happen. When they let this thing up, wickedness is just going, it's like a big ass, it's going to flare up, you know, like a big fire, and it's just gonna catch and it's gonna go everywhere, man. And it says, verse 19, through the wrath of the Lord Jehovah of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. So the people are gonna egg this thing on. It's gonna be like a snowball effect. It's gonna be easier and easier to steal, easier and easier to take people out, to kill people. And it's just gonna be a fuel. That's what happens in the purge. You got people that look so quote unquote innocent, man, but in that day of the purge, their ability, it's like their mindset, it changes, man. It's like that energy, that spirit that's out there, it acts as a fuel for more and more wickedness, man. And the main point, it says, no man shall spare his brother. All right, you see that fuel, these people, that's how it's going to be out there, man. It says, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. So you saw in that movie, that in that trailer Forever Purge, they said the purge is over. They say, no, it ain't over. And that's why they call it the Forever Purge. So not only did it continue to go on forever, but it spread throughout the borders of America, Mexico, Canada. All right. There's a scene in that movie where you see basically it going down all over the U.S. They show an aerial view of the U.S. and fires and flames. And that's part of the scriptures too, man. Where the Lord says, what will I if it be already kindled? All right. It says, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. All right. Because you're going to have cannibalism out there. It's going to get real bad out here, man. It says Manasseh, Ephraim and Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah. And we have that already in Chicago. What do you think is going on in these different gangs in Chicago? You got over 100,000 gang members, man. It's Ephraim, it's Judah. You know, it's Manasseh. You got Issachar up there too. All right. It says, for all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So that's what we got going on today, man. You know, this thing's about to get real, man. So I'll end it there, man. Hopefully you brothers were edified. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rachakwadash Wa Abba Babal Shalom.